Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So I think in this episode we will probably be able to wrap up our main story here in Kent, at least if the other regions are anything to go by, because usually it takes about 3 episodes to finish the main story arc in each region. I have already taken care of some of the grindy activities. I picked up most of the treasures and the important artifacts. I haven't been to Canterbury yet, but I have been almost everywhere else. I also picked up the ingredients for Valka's potion for the next Asgard story. As it turns out, this was a little bit more difficult because they weren't just growing somewhere in the meadow or whatever. They were indeed in the Cavern of Trials, so I had to finish a number of jumpy puzzles to collect them, so I did that as well. And for what it's worth, I actually encountered another meteor shower here on this little peninsula. I was able to collect, I don't know, 4 or 5 meteorites, so lots of raw material for me, so that's pretty neat. I'm not sure why this is happening, but I'm not complaining. But yeah, now we have to speak to Gedrick, and I guess we will thank him for his services, and then we need to find out how we get to Folke, because our plan kind of failed. Tedmund died. Maybe he killed himself, maybe someone else poisoned him, we don't know, but maybe we will be able to find out. But yeah, first let's go and talk to Gedrick.
You fought like beasts, escaped from your hell today, Gedrich. Your oath to me is fulfilled.
It was good to stand shoulder to shoulder with you against the pox dogs of Wessex. May our friendship endure.
This tanglebriar of Christians and lords means nothing to me. I'm here for Sigurd.
I understand. When you find him again, come see me. We'll feast and sing, with mead and friendship to warm us.
Agreed. I should be cautious.
Sounds good to me. And yeah, this place is still a restricted zone. You know, if you ask me, once you've finished storming a castle, it should become friendly and it shouldn't be hostile anymore, but what do I know? Okay, we got a new quest, a bloody welcome. Meet with Basim. Alright. And Basim is... okay, he's back at the abbey where Kinnebert is, so let's just fast forward here.
It is too quiet here. Where are the brothers, or the abbot's men?
Ooh, something's wrong? Well, let's have a look at it. Maybe Basim has been trolling the monks so hard that they all left. I mean, Basim's still here. So maybe he has been trolling the monks too much.
I would say well met, brother, but I cannot shake off the needle itch of dread. Is something wrong?
I followed the abbot here, kept him in my sight. But the monks, his servants, I have seen nothing of them.
Dead.
I do not think so. But there is no good here in this grave hush.
And where is the abbot now?
In his quarters. Come, and be on your guard.
Alright.
Does this have the stench of betrayal to you, brother?
Why would the godly shepherd ally with the heretic?
Kinnebert is a man who craves power and position. With Tedmund dead, he must find it somewhere else.
There is truth in that. Keep your eyes and blade sharp.
Yeah, I don't think he's very particular about his allies. I mean, he was willing to ally with us. And we're an Arab and a Norse, so didn't care about that. Enter the abbot's chambers. You want me to go first? Yeah, that's what you're trying to tell me here, Basim. Okay. Well, well, well.
Kinnebert, your guests have arrived.
Look who's here.
Come. Supper's ready.
And he looks dead.
The dear abbot sent me a warm invitation. Said my friends were eager to meet with me. It's early for supper, I know. But Kinnebert's ale goes so well with roasted lamb and cinnamon blueberry peas. I couldn't resist.
Where is my brother?
Is he not here? Mon Dieu. I never told him.
Just drop
Kill
the
her,
act.
and we'll never find Sigurd.
Sit, Ava. Eat. And let me tell you the tale of a man who talks with gods.
You mock me. I have killed for much less.
Of course you have. Isn't that the way of this ugly world?
Well-
We cull the sheep and thin the flock as we see fit, you and I. Most who walk the earth are little more than talking blood bladders, wasted flesh. But not Sigurd. Sigurd is something else. Sigurd has been touched. He is deified. The gods, they speak through him.
You lured him in with that lie. Your words are bile and blight.
You should have listened, Ava. I tried to tell you. The gods are real and their power is within our grasp.
Whoa. Well, good
You will
reaction,
never
Speed
find
Walker.
him. Not till I have had my fill. To old friends.
Well, I'm not your friend. And you're not mine.
This really is delicious, Kinnebert. Is it cloves I taste?
Yeah,
Well.
he's dead.
That concludes supper.
I guess she killed him
Kill
because
them.
he betrayed
And bring
her.
their bodies to my sanctum in Canterbury.
Kinda. Or was willing to betray her anyway.
They will be upon us soon. Maybe there is another way out.
Escape the ambush. Oh, I see. They're just waiting outside. We do have a ladder over here, so why not just take the ladder? Yeah, there might be a way outside here. What do we got here? Secret ale recipe. That's probably not important at the moment, but let's read it anyway. The secret ingredient to our famous ale's smooth flavor and tender aroma is using fresh silphium in the mix. This yellow flower was something St. Adrian himself brought from his birthplace of Cyrenaica, Africa, along with his ancient recipe. It is also rumored to have some contraceptive effects, but use this method at your own risk. Yeah, I remember silphium from Origins, the yellow flower that grew all over Cyrenaica. I remember. But okay, let's see if we can get through here. I think I've actually been here while I was collecting treasures off camera, so this should work out. Alright, well, maybe we can just go over the roof and then escape. There you go. You didn't even perform a proper leap of faith, Basim. Okay, apparently we managed to get away. Let's get some distance between the Abbey and us, and now we can talk to Basim.
Fulke let slip that her sanctum is at Canterbury.
She did. And with no cause. I'd approach the place with caution. It may be a lie.
It may be, but it's the only lead we have.
I hope all this innocent sacrifice is worth the trouble.
It's Sigurd, my brother. Of course it is.
Then come. Let us dive into the maw of death. I was never keen on seeing my winter years.
Really? Well, maybe
This
we
will
won't
not
die
be for
just
nothing,
yet.
Avon. We will find Sigurd.
It's not just him. I want Fulke to suffer.
Yeah, first we have to find her, obviously. Oh, are we going to use horses? Okay.
This land of summer, mists and forests, dreaming darkly. I see secrets, and I want to know England. All of it.
And yet it rounds on us at every turn, snarling like a cornered dog. I begin to despair of ever settling here.
Perhaps the stars light your path, and you will never have a home here.
Do you miss the land of your birth?
I have long been away, but it is fiercely beautiful beneath the vanity, arrogance, and pettiness of men.
I should like to see it.
You could if you wish. My father was an architect, a builder of wonders. The great Mosque of Samarra, his masterpiece. Another man, who played the Caliphate's game better, took the credit. He was exiled and died in poverty.
Your faith sours. What of loyalty? Shared stories round the hearth. Warm nights, bodies, and the tender love of another.
There are some who are worthy. A scant few that tower above the sullied mass. Men and women of vision and valor.
Sigurd is one such man.
He is. Fulke isn't wrong on that score.
I fear for him, Basim. I cannot rest until he's free.
Nor will I, my friend.
It's interesting that they're seeing this kind of stuff in Sigurd.
The practice of learning has waned considerably in England since the days of the Romans. What books they still have, they keep locked away in their churches, hidden from the eyes of common folk.
Thralls and churls cannot read. What would be the point?
They could learn. The church could teach them. So much of human history would be open to them. Aristotle, Pythagoras, Euclid, ancient knowledge lost to all but a few hard-headed men of the cloth.
You have studied these works yourself.
In my youth, I was consumed with a passion for understanding. I spent many hours a day in the House of Wisdom in Baghdad.
A seminary.
A great library full of the greatest learning of mankind. For a boy seeking answers, it holds many riches. One day, I was sitting cross-legged, devouring a study by the great astronomer Al-Khwarizmi. With the swiftness belying his years, the papers were plucked from my grasp by the great man himself. His presence stole my voice. He was kind and open-hearted. He showed me such scientific wonders.
And what did you learn there?
Calendars and calculations placing the sun, moon, and 5 planets.
What the hell? Maybe I'm just going to ignore that. I want to listen to Basim's story. May have been some ambush or whatever. Please go on, Basim.
Calendars and calculations placing the sun, moon, and 5 planets. Equations that crackled and sparkled with divine intelligence. I asked the great man, "Oh, my brother! Die!"
What's going on with all these ambushes? Again, let's just try to ignore that. Can I just listen to Basim's story, please? Also, I don't want to involve all these soldiers. As soon as I start killing people, they will also try to attack me.
Equations that crackled and sparkled with divine intelligence. I asked the great man, "Is this what it is to know God?"
You saw your god's hand in the runes?
I found wisdom, and I have been searching for more ever since. There is great vastness outside ourselves, Eivor. Most only notice a few grains of sand. But some, like Sigurd, I believe, see the endless flow of the hourglass.
What you see in Sigurd, is this what Fulke sees as well?
I believe it is. We will find no friends in Canterbury, so try not to draw attention.
This place reeks of the piety of priests.
This land of summer, mists and forests, dreaming darkly. I see
If they see me, this will get messy.
to know England, all of it.
And yet it rounds on us at every turn, snarling like a cornered dog. I begin to despair of ever settling here.
Eivor, stay close. We were speaking, Eivor. This place swarms with Fulke's people. Sigurd will be well guarded. Caution and subtlety should be our path.
Ready? Follow me.
Alright, so apparently we're going to infiltrate the cathedral now and look for Fulke. Also, I'm not sure if I cut Basim's story short here. Maybe due to the interruptions, we arrived earlier than we should have, or he wasn't able to tell all of his story. But whatever, I guess we will deal with this task now. I mean, clearly this over here has got to be the cathedral. Yes, it is. So, let's get a little bit closer. And let's try to not get seen. First of all, we need to get over the walls, but...
This is a trap. Why would Fulke give us her sanctum?
She baits us, cocksure and arrogant. But she cannot see failure in her path.
Her fearful wit would say otherwise.
Well, I don't know. It is a little bit suspicious that she just mentioned where she was going, right? Okay, I'm trying to find a place
Whatever we find there, keep your head.
that is
You
close to the
chastise me
cathedral.
like a child, Basim.
I guard you like a father. Nothing is served with your brutal end. You have much to do in this life. I know it.
More riddles, sly tongue.
No riddles. I sense a greatness within you both. Your destiny is not to stain the stones of this godhouse with your blood.
Well, you kind of flatter me. Okay, I guess, we need to go to, like, the large building over here, huh? That's probably the main cathedral. Alright.
If she's still here, I'll burn this Christ house to the ground.
Let's maybe climb a little bit higher if we can, so we get a good view of the place. Okay, guess this is it. Because we have a bunch of soldiers in this courtyard here. Maybe I can climb over to that church and then over to this little building next to the cathedral and avoid the soldiers this way. At least we do have less guards in this area, so let's do it. Maybe we should wait for these guys to pass or turn around or whatever. I can just climb up here without being seen. Also, I should start looking for a way inside that large cathedral. A door or window. I mean, I see a bunch of windows, but it's unclear if I can actually enter through any of them from this angle. I mean, this might be a door over here. Okay, let's see if we can quickly reach the wall. Okay. We are at the right building now, I presume. Yeah, I can see the quest marker. And I mean, I prefer to infiltrate from above, so let's see if we can find any place to enter. Huh? Someone's already calling for guards. Also, Basim? Where are you? Are you not following me? Oh, there you are. Okay, apparently you found a different way through here. Okay, well, there's an open window. And a bunch of guards. But no trace of Fulke so far. Huh.
The other side must be barred.
Okay, can't go through here. I can bring down the chandeliers and it would definitely kill some people. Oh well, I thought she would land on the chandelier. That was a miscalculation. So I guess we have to do this the hard way now. The Viking way. Basim is probably very disappointed, but what can we do? Oh, what is this guy doing? I've never seen that before. kinsman. Huh. That's new. Alright. And the skirmisher. These guys are kind of annoying because they're like very fast. I'm sorry, Basim. I miscalculated. I thought she would land on the chandelier and we could go to the other side, but that was wrong. That was totally wrong. But still, no trace of Fulke. Isn't she supposed to be in this cathedral? Yeah, she is. I'm in the right place, so... Huh. I mean, there's like a key somewhere over here, so, I guess I will check that out. Also, where did Basim go to? Did he not come down here? I have no idea. I'm just going to keep moving. Ah, look at this. Got a passage into the underground. It's probably where I need to go, but I'm still slightly concerned about the fact that Basim is no longer with me.
This must be the way to Fulke's sanctum.
Then let us go.
Okay, apparently he's somewhere around. I can at least hear him. Maybe he's still somewhere up here. Yeah, he is. Apparently he didn't come down here. Well, I'm going, Basim. You can do whatever you want. I'm going after Fulke now. Alright. Let's just go down here. House Karl. I think a few arrows should take care of him.
This is the place. It's riddled with the stench of her. Help me, Basim. Sigurd is within.
Yeah, I hope he will join me. At least I do have a key now. I can kind of see where he is, so... Now he's still around somewhere. There's like a treasure somewhere around here. May as well pick this up while I'm here. Alright, let's unlock the door. Basim is still a no-show, but I hope that once I trigger like the next cutscene, he will just appear again. Okay. Still empty.
What does it mean? These word tangles that speak of elves and demons.
I don't know. Maybe Basim could tell me something about it if he was here.
Plans to the great fortress in Wessex. Is there something here we can use to breach it?
I have no idea.
The Gospel of Mary Magdalene.
This feels like a lot of heretical scripture.
By Odin, this is a sick tapestry she wove. For every drop of his blood she spilled, I will take a mead horn more.
Fulke's journal. I throw myself at the strange language that Emperor Louis bade me decipher. Yet all my knowledge of the Ancient Ones and the artifacts fall short of shedding even the thinnest ray of light upon this beautiful script. Louis tells me these words come from an etching seen and transcribed by young Platinus in the days of Charlemagne's oversight. But Louis does not know where in the world the original inscription was discovered. On a temple, a tomb, a slab of rock? Impossible to say. Again and again I consult the keystone in my possession, searching for correlations between it and the words copied from the etchings. Yet nothing obtains. This should not be a surprise. The keystone itself is a mere fragment, brought, I am told, from Norway by the invader Ragnar Lothbrok. For that reason I call it the Saga Stone. Did he know the true value of the object he carried? A fortuitous discovery. I have come into the possession of a man bearing the mark of the Ancient Ones upon his neck. I tremble at what this could mean. Could he be an Ancient One reborn, or a child of such a one designed to make his appearance after so many centuries? I have heard stories of one called Aita reborn. Aha! But this man does not have the telltale eyes. I will do all I can to probe this man for hidden mysteries, and with luck the language of the Ancient Ones will open to me. Okay, so I'm starting to understand what's going on here. I mean, he mentioned Aita, who was like an Isu reborn as a human. So maybe she thinks that Sigurd is also like a reborn Isu somehow. But I mean, Aita kind of knew that he was like special and so on, and he didn't even have to been told by anyone. So I feel if Sigurd was an Isu reborn, he should have known earlier. But I don't know, maybe this is something different. But clearly, Fulke seems to think that there might be like an Isu connected to Sigurd in some way. That's very interesting.
Details on the Order of the Ancients. Fulke ranks high among them, but it's not their head.
Liber Antiqua Deorum. Let our wretched origins be known. We are the instruments of the ancient gods. I'm pretty sure this is the same that I've already read before in the Mithraeum. Yeah, I think this is the same. So I probably don't have to read this again. Ooh, is this our mysterious Saga Stone? Strange writing. Saga Stone inscription is read by Sigurd. Swachi nakwat znasme brtr kvarde. Ir sovlas vrast nakodi de husras restere chas zavomzi. This language is in serious lack of vowels, at least in some words. Or maybe Sigurd can't properly read it. I'm still slightly concerned by the fact that Basim is not following me.
Off limits.
Let's see if I can somehow lure him back into my company. Because I feel he probably should be with me and maybe give some comments.
Fulke! I'm here! Face me!
On some of the things.
Have a care, Raven. You will play into our hands.
Alright. Basim. Are you still up here? And now he's down here. Okay, so he's with me. Will you please follow me now? Okay, here we go. Now we can try this again. You're being very difficult sometimes, Basim. Like some really bad escort mission. Alright, so maybe I should have a look at this again and see if he has any comments on it. Not as far as I can tell. Alright, in that case, let's just continue.
Sigurd.
Basim! Basim! What are you doing? Oh, he is totally fascinated by some of these ancient writings now. Okay, well, I guess I'll leave you be then. Since these scriptures are clearly more important to you than Sigurd. I will look for my brother. Okay, here we go. Oh dear, what will we find? Uh-oh. What the hell? Some kind of torture chamber. Oh no! Huh.
Eivor! What is it?
Tell me that you found something. Anything we can use.
I may have. A fortress in Sussex. The Order trained soldiers there.
We must be sure. Sigurd is running out of time.
So we assume it is his arm, which would line up with that vision we had at the beginning of the game where he was missing one arm and the wolf was looking at him.
Anything else?
Documents of interest to the Hidden Ones. Hythen will surely want to look. But for Sigurd, Porchester is our only lead. If he is in Porchester Castle, we'll need a massive army to crack its walls.
I have many friends in England now. If I call on them, they will come.
They will.
Let's hope
Basim,
so.
she severed his arm clean off. Can a man survive such a loss?
Physically, he can. Mentally, it's hard to say. So much stress can drive a man to despair.
If you suggest he might take his own life as Tedman did, banish that idea. I must tell my people at the settlement that their Jarl remains a captive. They will not take it well.
We will not fail again, Eivor. I'll scout ahead and send word to the settlement when I know more of Porchester. Be ready.
Take my hand. Well, that is a rather morbid name for this achievement. But yeah, clearly this is basically what our vision foretold us, that Sigurd would lose his arm. Of course, in that vision it almost seemed like he sacrificed it on purpose. So I wonder if Fulke did it or if Sigurd did this for whatever reason. I'm not sure why he would do it. But yeah, I guess our vision is actually coming true now. Also, can I go back to that place, please, and have another look at it? I mean, the fact that this is clearly some kind of torture chamber would indicate that Fulke has been doing it. It wasn't Sigurd's choice. This doesn't look like a place where someone goes to voluntarily chop his arm off. Notes on Sigurd's progress. Isolation. I begin with sensory deprivation. No light, no touch, no warmth, no voices. To unlock the god within, the man called Sigurd must retreat into the shadows. His true self may emerge in time. Okay, so they're trying to, I don't know, bring out the Isu they think might be reborn into Sigurd. That's probably what they're trying to do here. Water and bread, this is all I have allowed this beautiful man. He is something to behold. When he curses my name, I feel the power in his voice. When he struggles against his bonds, I hear the squeal of the leather straps and the grind of iron on iron. He has fight in him, but to win this war against himself, he must relent. Sigurd does not yet accept that I have his best interest in mind, that I have taken him so that he may become his best self. He fights this idea, balks at it, and yet I note a certain hesitation in his voice when he speaks. He talks as if a man being talked over, as if voices interrupt the river of his thoughts. It is working. Blood flows slowly from the forearms. A few small cuts produce a steady but manageable stream. Weeks upon weeks and very little progress. Sigurd has lost weight and physical strength, but his will is strong. And though he is beset by visions, he has not allowed them to take him over. It is time for a different approach. Sigurd withstands heat and pressure quite well. I have made no permanent alterations as yet, but that may have to change. An insight, a phrase he screamed as the vice tightened around his head. I am the Lord of Justice. You will answer to me or die. This puts me on a better path. I know what I must do. I know what he must lose. Okay, and that's when she decided to cut off his arm. Well, which North god we know has, like, a cut-off arm? It's Tyr. And I guess the Lord of Justice would be a fitting title for him. I'm not sure if he was caught like that in our Asgard vision, but it's possible. So do they think that Sigurd is like Tyr reborn, so they cut off his arm to make him more like Tyr? I mean, that's my working theory at the moment. Why else would they think they need to cut off his arm. Anyway, this is a rather unsettling discovery. And I mean, for Eivor, none of this would make any sense at the moment. This is just like some random torture to her. And she probably doesn't really understand what Fulke and everyone else is trying to do here. Why is this suddenly whole again? Huh, interesting. But apparently the treasure is still unlooted. Okay, I guess I will try to make my way out of here. Undetected if possible. We have like a door over here if I see this correctly. Okay, I may just want to make a run for the boundaries of the monastery. Oh, this is no distrust zone anymore, so I can just jump down here apparently. Alright, well.
Let's go hooded here.
Okay, now it's a distrust zone again. Where exactly am I now in relation to the rest of this place? Okay, we do have a number of things here in Canterbury that I may want to explore. Also, I totally should synchronize that viewpoint before I leave. Let's do this now. Oh, I'm kinda stuck here. Alright, here we go. Yeah, this place is apparently open for business now and no longer restricted. But yeah, let's quickly synchronize the viewpoint, and there's a little bit of time left in this episode, so maybe enough time for like 1 or 2 side quests or something. And then we will deal with the rest in the next episode, as always. Right. This might be one of the highest spires we synchronized so far. Let's do it. I wonder what that snake is. I've seen it on the map before. It's like a giant snake etched into the ground. I know there's like a horse that is etched into the hills at some point in, I think, southern England. I'm not exactly sure where it is. And I believe the age of that horse is kind of debatable. It's unclear if it's ancient or just like a few hundred years old. But there's like a giant white horse etched into some hill somewhere in England. Okay, now let's see. One of these might be like an Orlog game. I haven't done any of these on camera in quite some time. So I will look around a little bit and see if we can find some interesting activity for like the rest of this episode. Alright, it looks like there's no Orlog in Canterbury, but we do have a flighting over here. It's in a distrust zone, so I hope I can talk to him. Yes, him, without getting detected.
Good day. What is your name?
I am Eivor, of the Raven Clan.
And are you a flighter?
When the mood strikes. Do you wish to flight with me?
Oh, no, certainly not. I don't engage in such things. Haven't the head for it.
Then why do you
My
ask?
brother, however, he is quite proficient.
Then why does he not ask?
Ah, then you wish to compete with me.
I should mention, My brother has taken a strict vow of silence.
Okay.
If you wish to flight, I will translate and relay his verses.
I think I understand.
Good. Hark! To those gathered round, wave your hands and rejoice. I shall trounce this poor fool without use of my voice. Such is his challenge. Do you wish to face him?
Well, that's unconventional. Also, isn't it a little bit against the spirit of taking a vow of silence if you're using, like, sign language? I mean, you're still silent, but you do talk in a sense, right? But okay, I will challenge you, I suppose.
I'll happily challenge you. Sorry, him.
And again, I'm going to make a large bet.
Here you are, my bet.
Good. Now remember, it is not me you are flighting. I am but a conduit for his words.
Right.
I will keep this well in mind.
Good. He is ready. Come you closer, friend Eivor, and lend me your ear. The most cutting of flights from my mouth you'll not hear. But by proxy I'll call you a milksop and boor.
If this is your best, I've got nothing to fear. Though you speak through another, your writing still poor. You're afflicted with terrible arrogance, but perhaps I'm the cure. This one?
Though you speak through another, your flighting still poor.
Your body is withered, your garments
My
absurd.
garment's absurd.
I'll topple you over with nary a word. I'm devoted to flights, though to silence avowed.
I'm devoted to winning, or haven't you heard? Though you choose to be quiet, your folly is loud. You're a simpleton and a fool, and you should never be proud. This
Though
one?
you choose to be quiet, your folly is loud.
Oh my!
Okay, that one was a good one, I suppose. The first one, probably not,
Your
huh?
visage is ghastly. I'm cowed by your stink. I should like to write more, but you're not worth the ink. So, a last parting phrase. You're as dim as they come.
I will easily crush you beneath my thumb. That doesn't really fit. With such drivel to speak, I see why you keep mum. Your waste of good quiet go choke on your pen? This doesn't rhyme. I guess it's this one?
With such drivel to speak, I see why you keep mum.
Very fine work. As an impartial observer, I must say you won.
Alright.
Thank you.
He's
My
not
brother has a
happy.
few parting words. You have bested me squarely and thus won the day. So take what you've earned now and hurry away.
I will. Farewell to you both.
I almost expected him to get so angry that he would break his vow of silence. But that didn't happen. Okay, so we did win another flighting. This one was pretty interesting. But yeah, I guess I will end the episode here. And as always, we will spend like maybe one more episode here in Kent to finish some of the side missions and so on. And then we will return back to Randvi. And I'm afraid we have once again bad news to tell her. But maybe her scouts have informed her already, which apparently is always the case when I return with bad news. So I don't have to deliver them myself. But yeah, for now, let's call it a day. As always, thank you for watching and see you again next time.